It's Emily Listman with the Emily Listman Real Estate Group. I'm here today with Samantha Kapal and Dana Reed. Hi. So real quick, before we get started on the House Hunters episode, I know all of you are wondering what the heck is going on in the mortgage market. So Dana is here with us to give us some tidbits. So Dana, what are you seeing right now for home buyers in the real estate market?
For home buyers and for people maybe selling their home, the real estate market is extremely strong. Multiple offers. I've had as much as 5-10 offers.
Wow.
When my buyers are, presenting. So tough to actually get your offer accepted, but it's great for sellers wanting to list right now. So perfect opportunity for both, actually. Great time to sell, great time to buy.
Sorry, how about rates?
Interest rates are still very close to all-time lows. We had a slightly lower back in early March, but that was just a 2-week period. But other than that, we're at all-time lows. So it's kind of a perfect storm. Home prices are still decent and rates are as low as they've ever been. So perfect time to buy, for sure.
So one of the things that I tell my clients that want to sell a house is, of course, they want to sell at the top of the market, but then get a good deal on their house.
Right.
And so, which doesn't really work in this kind of
market. Kind of hard to do both.
Right. Kind of hard to do both. So, but with rates as low as they are, it sounds like if you sold your house right now, you'd get top of market pricing and you're going to get the best interest rates on your next
Correct.
Right?
Perfect. It's perfect storm. It's the perfect time to buy.
Okay.
Now I should mention that some of the effects that COVID-19 may be having on buying a home and purchasing and qualifying, because it is a factor right now. There are more hoops to jump through, more qualifications, especially for self-employed borrowers. There's just more guidelines and structure and what we call overlays on the normal guidelines. But they are going to scrutinize incomes to make sure that COVID-19 has not affected your income. So other than that, it's business as usual.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, then everyone, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to start watching our House Hunters episode. And by the way, Samantha and her husband, Patrick, we worked together last year. So this was actually filmed in 2019, but just came out. So we're going to share that with you. Here we go. All right.
I don't think this is a master bedroom, in my opinion.
I think it's okay.
But it's definitely not okay for Samantha, a Sacramento first-time buyer who wants out of the bachelor pad her husband Patrick bought before they got married.
It's really interesting to work with a couple where one half has purchased property in the past and the other half is brand new to the process. I don't think it's surprising that Samantha wants things to be a little bit more perfect.
But she's finding she may have to make big compromises inside the house, since her husband's priority is finding a spacious workshop outside the house.
I mean, it sounds like you're pretty much sold.
This is, like the dream shop.
There's 2 people in this.
So real quick before we go on to the rest of the show, I think Samantha and I are both laughing a little about the clips that they chose to use in the beginning of that, because Samantha was actually a pretty easygoing first-time home buyer.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They're all about drama.
Yes, all about drama. So, but let me go a little further because we're going to talk a little bit more about Samantha and Patrick as people.
Put these crackers on here.
Moya, what are you going to do?
I love clean it up. I am a weight loss and wellness coach?
I was in the Air Force for 5 years active duty and then 3 years reserves. Now I work for the Federal Aviation Administration, and we've been married for 8 months.
Oh, she's not allowed up here. You know better than that. You know.
We currently live in a duplex that I purchased with my brother.
Honestly, when I first saw the duplex, I definitely got the bachelor vibe. It was him and his brother living here. It was kind of, hey, we found this couch for $20. You know, we found this coffee table. Here's our TV and our Xbox, and this is it.
That couch was actually free.
Yeah, found a free couch on the side of the road, and
They found anything yet?
it's going. We have to agree first.
Looking at something specific, or
She has a lot of specifics.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. Definitely 3-bedroom. A nice big double sink bathroom, then one room for like an office / cat room, and then a guest room. Definitely a big kitchen. So, you know, much larger than this one, hopefully with an island, big open floor plan. And then obviously he wants a shop.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, nice big shop.
Garage is a little cramped. I grew up with a father who didn't want to spend money on anything. That came along with fixing his own cars, something that I really enjoyed doing. So I'd like to find an area where I can either have a yard big enough to build a shop. If it already has a shop, that'd be great.
You guys want a fixer-upper or move-in ready?
Yes.
so one of you wants one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the turnkey. I'm the fixer-upper.
He's very handy, so he can pretty much fix anything. I'm kind of the person to throw it away, and he's more of the calm, let's wait it out, think about it, and I'm more of like, no, right now. Because I have a hard time, you know, thinking, okay, if I be patient, look ahead,
You have no patience.
then yeah.
I would like to stay a little lower, more $350 or so, keep the monthly payments down.
I'm thinking we're going to be at the very top of the price limit. I would even be willing to find an extra, you know, $5,000 to $10,000 if it was really, really great. All the other little, you know, cosmetic things that I want, and then the land that he wants. So it's going to be a little tough, or a lot tough. I think it's going to be a lot tough.
I'm going to stop real quick. So that was an awesome introduction to the show and actually showcases your personalities pretty well, I think. Do you feel like that was a pretty good representation of your actual thoughts before home shopping?
I think so. Yeah. I think that going into it, I mean, me and Patrick wanted very, very different things. And of course, as you know, as our realtor, you know, I wanted turnkey and, you know, more of the modern, and he was okay with the fixer-upper and more, you know, more things to fix on the house and the yard. So I think that was pretty real. Yeah.
Real cool. And they mentioned actually in that clip that you are a weight loss coach.
Yeah, so I am a weight loss and wellness coach. I work independently. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I absolutely love it. I have a educational background in nutrition as well, so it's just the greatest thing ever.
Awesome. And are you studying for any kind of additional certification or anything?
Yeah, so one of these days I need to get on the path to become a dietitian. That's the big goal, but I'm just so happy where I am right now that I'm not in a big hurry.
Right.
But one day, dietitian.
And so do you work with clients one-on-one, or do you work with groups?
Yeah, so I work with all of my clients on a one-on-one basis, and it just depends on how much interaction they want. So if they just want to, you know, text every week or come meet in person, I do have an office in Roseville, or Zoom, phone call. So everything's one-on-one and really whatever the client wants.
Okay, cool. And Dana, do you see typically, I know you're not on the realtor side, but on the mortgage side, have you experienced this where you work with clients and they maybe have different ideas of what they're looking for?
Absolutely. I've seen it put a major strain on relationships for sure.
All right, well, let's jump right back in.
This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath,
What was the asking price?
$410. Yeah.
One of the reasons that Patrick and Samantha chose me as their real estate agent is that I do offer a hero program, which means whether it's military, doctor, nurse, teacher, police officer, firefighter, I want to give them something back. And so I do give up to $1,000 in credit towards closing costs. Hey
Hi.
guys, I'm glad you found it. Did you have any trouble?
No, wasn't too bad.
All right. And first impressions?
Door's great. That's really pretty.
Yeah,
It is a beautiful door.
Yeah.
roof looks pretty good.
All right, well, let's
It's
go in
cute.
and check it out.
Landscaping's decent.
I'm specifically showing this property to Patrick and Samantha because of the property size and the fact that there's already a shop built on the property, which is not something that we find very often in their price range. Even though this one's at 410, it's pretty close. What do
Okay.
you think of this entry here?
I
It's
think
very
it's
open. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. These countertops are not what I wanted. Can replace those, right? That's not
Eventually.
that big of a deal. Yeah, one day. I mean, it's not the kitchen I had in mind. So I imagine. I mean, I think we've talked about this
Of course.
before too. Is the big kitchen? You know, it comes around, and then there's the island in the middle.
This isn't technically an island, but you do have, if you come around the other side, a breakfast bar.
Okay.
With room for 4 or 5 stools.
Could actually fit all 4 of our stools there.
Yeah, I guess
Right.
that would be nice. I do like how it's open too. That was a big thing that I wanted, was an open floor plan.
Right.
Kind of faces everything, and then those windows are gorgeous.
So to your right here is the master bedroom.
Carpets have seen better days.
The
Yeah.
carpets have seen better days. The owner did do some repairs. However, he didn't really do any of the cosmetic
Yeah,
repairs.
they didn't do all of it. There's a lot of little drywall stuff.
I don't think this is a master bedroom in my opinion. I mean, the only thing that really makes it a master is that there's a bathroom attached to it, but it's really small.
The
Okay.
bathroom is pretty small too.
Yeah,
All right.
no double sink and no tub. I mean, you probably think it's great, right, Patrick?
I think it's okay.
Closet
Now, right.
small, no walk-in closet.
No walk-in closet. And what about space-wise for both of you?
Small, yeah,
So
definitely
it,
small.
it does have the original hardwood.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow. That's in great condition.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
lot better than I was expecting after
Mhm.
seeing the carpet.
Okay, so that's really promising, you guys. If you could just rip up this carpet and have that hardwood under there that you could refinish, that could look
Okay.
pretty nice. It's really interesting to work with a couple where one half has purchased property in the past and the other half is brand new to the process. And so I don't think it's surprising that Samantha wants things to be a little bit more specific and a little bit more perfect. It's really kind of like being a new mom. You know, your first child, you're very particular, and then you have that second kid, and it's all very much more casual.
Look at that.
The good news is all those repairs are done, so we don't have to deal with those during
Just
escrow
some
if you
texture
decide
and
to.
paint.
And then the 2 secondary bedrooms are actually a decent size, just about as big as the master.
Yeah,
This one would be good for the cats and the computer and everything.
yeah.
This one looks almost as big as the master.
You could always consider making this your master bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot more cracks in here.
Okay.
So what worries me the most about this place is it comes in 10,000 above what we wanted to spend, and it needs a lot of work.
Look at this yard.
You're looking at the yard? I didn't even see a yard.
All he sees is the
Yeah.
shop.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Would this be enough for your hobby?
I think this would be enough for mine and any new hobby I ever wanted.
Okay.
Wow.
I feel like this is a very unique thing that we're not going to find most likely anywhere else.
I wouldn't
At
expect
this
to
price
find
point.
one that's fully finished like this.
I mean, it sounds like you're pretty much sold, but you know, when we were in the house, there was a big long checklist of things that.
Yeah, that makes it really tough because this is, you know, like the dream shop just about. But
There's 2 people in this.
So their agent finds a price-friendly move-in ready with one tiny drawback.
Okay, so before we continue, so I actually remember the first time we walked into that house, and there was when you first walk in, it is a really open, beautiful space.
Mm-hmm.
But man, when we went through those bedrooms and everything else, there was a lot of fixing up. So I know this show is basically 30 hours of footage into 20 minutes. So what were your real thoughts and impressions when you walked into this place?
Yeah, so definitely the things that I mentioned, that ended up being in the show is it's open, you know, it's pretty. The windows are really great. I loved the oak door. So when you first walk in, I was like, oh, wow. But then that was kind of it, right? There wasn't any more like, oh, wows when you go back into the bedrooms. I mean, I think I tell a lot of people, we didn't buy this house for the bedrooms. We bought it for the living space, the kitchen, and then obviously the shop. So the bedrooms were, well, as we saw the carpets, and it just needs more space, and we wanted to expand. So I think those were, they captured most of my real thoughts. I don't remember if they ever got on camera that, oh, these bedrooms suck, but there's a lot of positivity. But you know, the rest of it really, really sold the house in the end.
Okay. And Dana, just out of curiosity, if someone's doing a VA loan and they want to buy a fixer-upper, is it possible to do a VA loan where you actually get extra funds?
Not with VA, no.
Okay. All right, we're jumping back in.
There you go. Put a car in there, right?
No.
No?
Oh, I stopped it too early, sorry. Okay, we will edit this.
Yeah, take this part out.
Take this part out. And sorry, Dana, I actually thought with a VA loan, maybe you could get a fixer-upper, but no.
No, FHA has the 203K program, where it's kind of like a construction rehab loan. That's possible, but not with VA.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind a little. All right, here we go.
Slow down. Remember, I want to look at how everyone keeps their yard.
Samantha and Patrick are newly married and are also hoping to be new homeowners if they can find a house that's move-in ready for her with a shop to work on cars for him.
Oh, that color.
I like the blue.
Yeah.
Hi. Nice to see you again. So the house today does not have room for a whole separate garage. However, the home itself, having just been flipped with the new floors and the paint, and in the 400,000 and under price range, it's hard actually to find these really nice updated homes, especially with 1,700 square feet. So I feel like the home itself could make up for some of the lot challenges that we're facing. Tell me your first impressions driving up.
Color's great.
I agree with that.
The paint looks good. The windows look good. I don't see it being a fixer-upper, at least from the outside. Oh, wow.
Wow, I like wow.
Yeah.
So.
I really like the floor, the gray, the white, some pops of blue here over the fireplace.
What do you think, Patrick? Do you feel wow when you walk in?
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm hoping this is the kitchen in here.
Yes, kitchen's in here.
It looks nice. I like the countertops. Cabinets look good.
But there's no island.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I know you really want that island.
We're missing the island. But as far as updating goes and how it looks, that's great.
This would be your primary guest bathroom.
The color isn't good. I don't like this paint.
That is an odd color choice.
Your master is down. First, we'll look at this secondary bedroom here.
Okay.
So, size.
Small, I mean, but it's a secondary bedroom, so not a big deal if it's a guest room or a baby's room or whatever.
This is your master.
Okay, so it's small.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller than.
Smaller than what you have now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you could make it work?
I think so. I think it'd be a tight squeeze, but I think it would work.
Check out your private master bath.
Okay, so the shower's nice. No double sink though.
No double sink.
Yeah.
It's wider than the one that we have now, so give us a little more space.
A little more counter space.
Yeah, I mean, I guess more counter space, but I'm gonna be fighting you to brush my teeth every morning and night, and who's first?
Very narrow staircase.
It's very narrow.
Yeah. Almost the same size as the master, right? Just kind of turned around.
Here's your fourth bedroom.
I don't see anything that I would want you to tinker with or fix or move or anything. I mean, they've kind of done most of it, right? Oh, there's space here.
So yeah, so it's not huge, but there is space back here. You've got some grassy area, a nice shed.
There you go. Put a car in there, right?
No.
No?
How are you going to get it back here?
I mean, if we buy this home, for me, it's going to be instant gratification just because it's already been redone, remodeled, you know, the color scheme is correct. But as far as Patrick goes, I want him to be happy as well. But at the same time, really like this house.
What's the idea that I hadn't really wanted to think about, I guess, is getting a smaller lot to have some of the things that she wants right now. And
Right. I think what we're finding in your price range is that finding the lot you want and the house you want is probably not going to be possible.
Yeah.
Push and pull.
So, right.
Yeah.
So it's really deciding what's going to be most important to you and what you're willing to sacrifice.
So now their agents lined up a place that could work for both of them, if they'd be willing to bend on price.
As we've discussed, this one is priced a little higher than your max. Okay. So that was kind of fun because actually I remember walking through that house with you and you loved that it was just ready, like ready to move in, nothing you had to do, but Patrick was pretty appalled.
Yeah. So the color scheme was really great. As I said, when I saw it, I thought it was definitely a strong contender in my opinion, just because that's mostly the color scheme of like a lot of my furniture and my stuff. And I was like, oh wow, I can just put everything in here. I don't have to go buy anything new. It's just gonna work, and here we go. The kitchen island, there wasn't a kitchen island in that one, but the color scheme definitely made up for it. And my facial expression when I looked at you was like, there's no kitchen island. I was like, oh my gosh, I look like I'm about to jump across the room.
The kitchen island thing was, and what I really like about the way they did this show is throughout our entire home search, the things that were important, like the kitchen island, like the things that you were really focused on, and then the things that Patrick was really focused on, they actually highlight here. Like that was something that was important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously having the space in the shop was really important to him. And they super captured that, even if it's a little dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah, but it makes it entertaining, definitely. Yeah.
But they did capture the things that you actually wanted and what was important to you.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Let's jump back in. There's going to be some blank space, and we're just going to let that go and edit it out. Okay.
Not a blank space.
I think this house we're going to go look at, I think the lot size is going to be great for you.
But while Patrick wants a big lot and a shop for working on cars, he also wants to stay below $400,000 on any house they buy. But that may not be possible.
And this is the part you're really going to love. It's over the price range that we were looking for. $425.
Yay.
Interesting.
It does look pretty big, though.
Yeah. The yard does at least. The house looks small.
Oh, yeah, I meant the garage.
Mm-hmm.
I care about the house.
You do to some extent.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Nice to see you again.
Yard's
So,
nice. Nice big front yard.
Nice
Yeah.
lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Roof and paint and everything looks good.
This home is extremely unique. The size of the property, the fact that it has a workshop area for Patrick, and the fact that it has some updates, those are all at the very top of the list for Patrick and Samantha. We all know they're going to have to sacrifice some things on their list. So when I find something that's got all of the top items and is at least close to their price range, I think it's worth showing.
Nice room.
Yeah.
So,
this is
yes.
Nice. I like it.
Lots of
Yes.
space for couches and then the fireplace. Nice big windows.
Now this is a unique space.
Oh,
Wide
look
fridge.
at that. I don't love the brown and the beige. However, it does all flow very nicely. I think it could work. Oh, this is nice.
I know it doesn't have your island.
Yeah, we're missing the island.
But you have lots of, counter space, cabinets.
Yeah, so the lack of island isn't bothering me in this house. I don't know.
Okay.
It's because it's usually one of the first things that I would look
Yes.
for. I don't know, maybe because this is so close and there's so much space here.
Mhm.
And then like what you pointed out, there's the room over there. So I don't know. It's not an issue.
2 bedrooms down here. We'll go in this one first. Kind of normal size, nice big closet. It's
Yeah,
almost
it's
the
a
whole
really
wall.
big closet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that closet's great.
So this would be your primary bathroom that would service both of these bedrooms.
I love this sink.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in a bathroom though.
I haven't seen the farm sink in a bathroom either.
That's interesting.
It's really pretty.
It's nice. It just kind of limits your space here. There's not much. There's enough counter space for both of us, but we can't really walk past each other. Somebody's going to be stuck in the corner.
Right.
Mhm. So this would be like the
This
master?
to me, it definitely was used as the master. From what I can tell, they have the sconces on the wall, which is where the bed would fit in between. I'm just guessing, but educated guess there.
staircase is different.
It's a little steep.
Yeah.
But
Short
it's,
steps.
yes. So this is considered a bedroom. To me, it's kind of like a loft playroom area.
I don't see myself using it for anything, or us using it for anything functional before we have kids. So I'm thinking, unless I want to put you up here with your computer and your games.
Well, I was going to
That's
ask
what I was thinking.
Patrick
Yeah.
that.
Have to
To your
recess
benefit.
this light, but other than that, it would work.
Okay. Recess the light.
Because I could see myself walking.
Oh.
Oh.
There you go. I remember that. What about you can get the cats maybe
Oh,
over there?
a cat space.
Yes.
There we go. You know us well. Yeah. This would be a good cat room. I think they would like, oh,
Don't need the
you just
entire room.
lost it. Now it's a cat room.
As we've discussed, this one is priced a little higher than your max.
Mhm.
So you want to be at 400. This is at 425. But as you go throughout the property, I think there are certain things about it that do make it worth a little
yeah.
more than that 400. And I worked out the numbers for you
Mhm.
for what the difference would be. And at 425, it'd be roughly 116 extra a month
Okay.
on your payment. So when you put it into terms like that, sometimes it can help you to start thinking through the possibility of spending a little bit more. So this is, or looks like, a standard garage.
Yeah.
But once we go inside, I think what you'll find is a space plenty large.
It's really wide, so it could easily fit a car that I'm, doing stuff with, and another car, maybe even. Doesn't look quite long enough for 2.
So we're going to go through the bathroom first.
Okay.
So it is a full bath. Behind these doors, there is a shower.
Hidden back there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, it's even got a little
And then
kitchenette.
a little kitchenette, yes.
Wow.
We could rent this out to a tenant if we wanted.
That would certainly offset the extra
The cost.
monthly payment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I really like looking at houses, because you see stuff that you never would have thought you want in a
Right.
house, and now I see that and I'm like, oh, now I want that.
Yeah.
The
The farm sink.
the
Mhm.
farmhouse sink in the
Yeah.
in the bathroom. Yeah, so I think that's great. So yeah, I like it.
It's more than we wanted to spend, but it is really well finished, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It is very nice, and we both like the house a lot, but it's not exactly what we want, and that $25,000 is a lot of money.
Lots to
Yeah.
think about.
Okay. So we already know the end of the show and what you decided. But one thing that I think was really interesting to me throughout our home search was how much you both sort of fell in love with certain aspects of properties, but then there were things that made you not move forward, which is very common with buyers. So they walk in and they like something, but then there's just that one thing that sort of keeps you from moving forward. What was it about that house? Because we've already sort of talked about which house you're actually buying or you actually bought. So
Yeah, I think I gave that away a little bit already.
away a little, but that's okay because most people watching this have probably already seen the show.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's the first one from
Yeah.
what I gathered. Yeah.
but,
Like, oh, I know which one you're buying.
was it purely price on this past house, or was there something else that maybe kept you from moving forward on that?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both, actually. So I think the fact that it wasn't 110% what we wanted. Well, I think at least for me. So obviously it had the space for Patrick, but getting over to from that 400 to that 425 with the VA loan, we didn't have to put any money down. And so if that's what we were approved for, exactly the 400. So we would have had to kind of search around for that extra 25 and maybe borrow from here, there, and everywhere, and then get into the house and then say, okay, well, now I don't like the countertops, so let's rip those out. Let's do this. So I think if this house would have had the color schemes that I like the correct countertops and everything, I think we would have figured it out. I think we would have been calling everybody, hey, you got a little bit of money that we can borrow to get into this home.
Hi,
So
Mom, Dad. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes
I
perfect
did like that you mentioned the rental though in the back. That was really great. And this might be a question for Dana as well, but with the VA loan, can we sublet or rent out a portion of the property? Because I know we can't fully rent it out the first year, but can we sublet part of it?
As long as it's your primary residence, then you're okay.
Oh,
That's how you purchase the property as a primary residence. VA is only primary residence. So as long as it's still your primary residence, you can do whatever you want with rooms.
perfect. Yeah, that was a good idea, Emily. Yeah.
Maybe that's what we'll look for your next house. All right, jumping back in. Gonna be a pause. It's just the closing at this point.
Mhm.
Thank you, Dana.
Sure.
We really need to put an offer in on one, otherwise we're going to be living in that duplex for the rest of our lives. That will not make your wife very happy.
Now they have to choose between Patrick's dream shop, Samantha's move-in ready, or a pricier compromise.
There's the house with the beautiful oak door.
I like the shop, obviously,
Obviously, yeah.
but I think being at the top of our price range is kind of rough with all the little things that need to be done.
The family room is awesome. The kitchen, there's no twisting it to say that there's an island. And the master is by far the worst. I really like the home with the blue and white trim on the outside.
I do really like that it's under our max, what we wanted to spend. Part of the reason why it's, that price is the lot's very small.
It's ready to move in. I mean, everything's updated. Beautiful color scheme.
I don't think I could get what I wanted there no matter how hard I tried. Maybe I could, do like some carports there and try and park our daily drivers out there and my project car in the garage or whatever.
The one with the guest house in the back, that one was $425.
Yeah, but we could potentially rent out that back half of the shop. At some point, I could move that guest house up to a second floor and then have underneath for parking. And then it would be pretty much exactly what I want.
I mean, I like that it had like a little butler room. I don't love the brown color scheme though, but for some reason that farmhouse sink is really doing it for me. That was just mind blown. We picked this house because obviously for Patrick, the shop is really great. You love that shop, right? Yeah. You can tell me. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So the home was originally listed for $410, and we offered $400 and lucked out on that, and here we are.
Emily was very helpful with us buying this house. The hero program that she offers lowered our closing costs by a significant amount.
Yeah.
And that was really helpful.
Need another full one?
Yep.
Okay. I definitely think that I compromised the most because he got a giant shop, and he's going to hear it for the rest of his life. But you got a shop, so I want this new car.
I was really excited to tear up the carpet and see the nice original hardwood underneath. But then I got to the hallway and things did not look so good. It was a lot of warped boards, really stained and discolored. And then the master bedroom was pretty similar to that. A little bit of warping. Obviously the shop was a big factor. And the stuff that needed to be done to it, I felt that it's something I can handle if she can, stand by me for a few months while it all gets done. got to get the master floors done, and then we can move from that all of our furniture in there.
I mean, I don't like waiting, but it's compromise that I think I can live with because the kitchen is pretty. You know, we can paint the cupboards and make it a little bit more brighter. It does have the open floor plan that I wanted. And then I think the price was a really big kicker for us. I was okay with, 3, 5, maybe even 10, but definitely not 25,000 over.
Take a break now.
Okay. I think life ahead is definitely getting all of the little projects and little things done around the house and then trying to plan kids eventually. It's nice and cozy to have all the couches out and starting to feel like home.
It'll feel more like home when we don't have the bed in the living room.
Yeah. That's nice when we can move it in there, then it's really going to feel like we belong here.
Oh my gosh. So
That was very cute. It's a good episode. I think you guys did awesome. It was really cute. I like it.
Thank you.
I haven't I watched the full episode on the first night it aired. I didn't even have cable. I went to my best friend's house and stayed up until 11:30 just to watch it. And I was so pleased, but watching it again was really fun.
Yeah, I've watched many of these and not as good as this. So it was really nice. I like it.
But it's our area and it's hometown, and I don't know. I had a really fun experience doing this. What did you think, Samantha?
I mean, it was a lot to do, all at once with everything going on, but I think it was great. I think it's a memory we'll have forever. I mean, it was our first home as a married couple, my first time buying a house. So now we have this memory, on disc that we can have forever. So yeah, I think it was great.
I'm a millennial.
Oh yeah, DVD. Yeah, I think I'm the tail end of that.
No, that's cute. But no, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the production company has reached out to me a couple of times with different ideas. And it's never worked out timing wise, but maybe when you want to buy your next house, we should just do it again.
Yeah, we definitely could. We won't have our rental property to be getting ready in addition to going through all of the steps and filming a television show. So yeah, it
doesn't know that. So you actually kept the duplex.
And next time you'll be using me for your lender.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So yeah, we still have the duplex. Yeah, so we have tenants in it right now.
So yeah. But no, this was really fun. I actually enjoyed watching it with you more than I enjoyed watching it by myself because we went through this crazy experience together and it was really fun. I enjoyed, of course, getting to know both you and Patrick and all of that, but also just the filming experience, which is a little strange. And going through that really sort of creates a bond, and I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that we got to do this together because I think people will enjoy, hopefully you enjoy seeing our commentary and our expressions and everything while we watch the show. And I think as sort of an ending to this, I would say as a realtor, this was really fun. It was a lot of work, but I think for me, it was a really great experience just to see now, like I never get to see what my buyers are doing, like in the future. So like we go through it, we see homes and whatever, but looking back, I don't have those memories. And this is a great memory of just what we went through and going through the home buying process. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for being willing. I remember when I asked you, I was thinking like, she doesn't want to do that. That sounds like so much work, but no, you were totally there right by with us and help us build that bond and that memory, like you said. So that was great.
Yeah. Thank you. And Dana, do you have anything else to add?
Nope.
No. Next time we'll bring you along.
It's definitely bring me in next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. This was really fun, and I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see you.
Bye.